You guys have noticed that everyone that comes up here is taller than I am, right? So obviously this was an amazing run for all of us to be part of, professionally an incredibly gratifying experience, I know, for both of us. But we came into the year with very high expectations. We came into the year with an awful lot of scrutiny, and that's continued. And obviously we, I think, built a team, and we had a group of people that really thrived under the adversity of all of that. The injuries that we went through were obviously really significant. The trades we made mid-season were significant. Introducing 13 new players to start the year was significant. A new coaching staff, obviously something that was going to take time to grow. And I think what you saw in a team that went to Game 6 of the finals this year was a team that embodied everything about the spirit that we wanted this group to be about. They were highly competitive, and more than anything else, they sacrificed for one another in a way that I think speaks incredibly highly of Coach Blatt and his staff, certainly of the character of the roster that we had, of the leadership we had from LeBron, Mike Miller, James Jones, Kendrick Perkins, to the talent that we had on this roster when we were fully healthy, Kyrie and Kevin as part of the big three. We did some things that were really special when that group was together healthy, and I know we're all incredibly excited about moving forward with that group. So in a broad stroke sort of way, I would tell you we very much intend to keep this group together. That group was 33-3 in their last 36 games, including the playoffs, when the big three were healthy. So that's going back to January 15th when we had that group after the trades all on the court together. They were 33-3. So that's a group that I think you look at, no matter what success you have in the playoffs, you look at that as a group that has the potential to be special, special good. We certainly played to that, to a great part of the season, and we anticipate that we will take that group forward in very large measure. So with that, I believe we'll open it for questions. Coach Blatt would certainly take questions as well, and anything we can hit on.
Oh, please.
Tom Withers, Associated Press. David B., you've spoken in the past about how difficult a challenge it was for you to leave your family behind in Israel and to come over here to chase your dream as an NBA coach. Do you intend to continue this? I mean, I know how tough it was on you, but is this something you want to see through?
Do I intend to continue working or to leave it behind? What did you mean?
To stay here and coach.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot has been made all season as well about your relationship with LeBron. How would you assess how it's grown and where it is right now?
You know, I think it's a special thing to have the opportunity to work with LeBron on a daily basis. You know, people, they sometimes judge things on a game or on a period of time, and they forget that, you know, we're in there working together and striving to make the utmost of our team and of our situation day to day. And a bond develops over time that is a lot more than what meets the eye. You know, and it's been a great pleasure and a great honor to work with a player of his magnitude and to work with someone who is so committed to helping this organization reach its goals and is so committed to helping his teammates make it to the highest level. And I can just tell you it's been a fantastic experience, and I'm looking forward to continuing it.
For both of you, David, Fred McLeod, Fox Sports Ohio. As you guys know, continuity is so vital for any championship team. Golden State's had it with their group. Now that you're going to year two, how much improvement, I'm not talking about wins and losses, but continuity, how can it help in terms of this group and coaching staff moving ahead?
You know, Fred, I truly believe that continuity together with quality and chemistry and coaching and consistency, you know, that word or that concept, you know, is very much a pillar in the success of any organization. or any business. You know, to be able to hit the ground running next year with all or most of our roster intact will be just an enormous advantage, because we do have and have shown the qualities that Dave Griffin just mentioned to you. You know, the kind of grit and determination and identity as a competitive unit that we have shown and developed over the course of the year will just give us such a push forward to start the year. You know, we went through an awful lot of growing pains this year, and the process was long and arduous until we sort of found our stride and got our roster to where we wanted to, and then we're able to incorporate things on a professional level that we needed to be successful. And then, of course, we had to change it all over again due to injuries. But to have that experience and to have that continuity and consistency under our belt in what is already a very, very good team will just be, you know, will be fantastic.
And I think, to speak to that point from a personnel standpoint, the thing that continuity does is it creates a situation where everybody knows what they can expect from each other. I think what this group found out coming down the stretch with the injuries we had is that we have a group that's literally willing to lay everything on the line for each other. And they played like that. And I was really proud of that. I think this is a team that's as representative of the ethos of the city as any team you can really have. So as we grow, I think our fan base gets to know what to expect from us as well. And as we start to look at the changes we want to make and the things that we need to do to improve, a process we've started already. David and his staff and myself and ours have met with players. We've met with some of the group as a whole. And I think as we start this process, we're really going to be looking at not only how important is continuity, but how can we continue to build on what we've done in a really measured, sustainable way.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Griff, have you been notified of any options of what players are going to do? And as far as the restricted free agents that you have you decided if you're going to extend qualifying offers to Dellavedova and Shumpert? Yeah,
we'll qualify both Dellavedova and Shumpert. We would like to keep both people with us. I'm absolutely certain I'm going to be fined for what I say here today about free agents, so please keep in mind I'm really not allowed to negotiate these things now, but we will extend those. We also have option dates that have not yet come up, so there are no feedback yet on those options. Kevin Love and J.R. Smith have dates that come up on both sides of the draft. One is at midnight the night of the draft, and one is the night before. So.
David in the back, Jason Lloyd, Akron Beacon Journal. I'm just curious, coaching LeBron, is it an overstatement to say that's one of the biggest challenges you've had in just trying to foster that relationship and frankly gain that respect? How difficult has that been for you throughout this season?
Well, you know, people make it out to be more than it is in terms of, you know, some personal feeling or challenge. You know, for me, it's always been about finding ways to help him reach his goals, which, you know, is exactly what we want here in the team and in the organization. We want to be a championship team, and the most important thing for me in working with LeBron and in working with all the players is finding out what works, what helps them, what makes them tick, what gives them the kind of confidence and the kind of direction and the kind of partnership that's needed to make this a successful team. I can tell you one thing, it's been a lot of fun on a number of different levels. It's not just the challenging aspect, it's having the opportunity to work with a truly special player. I mean, one of the most, if not the most special players of all time. I mean, that's not a small thing. And it's invigorating and exhilarating, in all honesty.
Nabarius Wilborn, True Hoop. Coach, now that you had 48 hours to kind of digest everything, what has been the greatest lesson you've learned from this playoff run, and how can you play that lesson forward going on?
Stay the course, believe in what you're doing, and stay healthy.
Griff, question about just assembling the roster and all the different questions that you may have.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult do you envision this task to be? Because a true championship team really is only as good as its weakest link, if you will. So can you talk about that aspect of trying to build the roster and the questions you'll have?
Yeah, I think we learned an awful lot through this run that's really beneficial. In some ways, having the run go this long, going as close to free agency and draft as it does, you feel like you start behind a little bit. But I think because we have it so fresh in our minds of what that looks like, what that level of competitiveness needs to look like, it helps us a great deal in terms of understanding what we need to be about. We're incredibly blessed to have ownership that's going to support this at the absolute deepest level. So as we move forward building this, we won't have any concerns of anything other than what is the right piece to win. We're about delivering championships. That's really all we're about. And that's what success is going to be. So we're really blessed in a way that I don't think any other front office and coaching staff could be in terms of the support we will get. But as we look at the types of things we want to do, I think you see a great deal of the types of players we need on this roster already in terms of their competitive makeup. And the fit of these pieces was outstanding when we were healthy. I think towards the end, LeBron was being asked to carry far too heavy a burden offensively because frankly, with the other two out, he was our only real offensive playmaker. And it was by design you build it that way because you want to put the right pieces around him. So the defensive intensity that we brought to the table in these games was amazing. What the coaching staff was able to put together was amazing. But I think as we look at what we've done, frankly, we feel really good about the path we're already on, and we'd like to see that through, obviously, to delivering the championship that we were close enough to, work towards this year.